What's up, guys? Marcellus Williams, aka TheSwolefessor, here to educate you on health and social well-being. On screen, you guys are going to be seeing training footage from day 6, my tertiary bench day, the last training day of the week, as it's the only day that I've not shown you guys with my current split. And you'll be seeing the full workout for that day, and then after that, you'll just be seeing training footage from the following week, just random clips from different days. And while this is playing on screen, I just want to talk to you guys more of a social well-being topic for this video, and just kind of hit on a couple points. One being to adapt to your circumstances as they come, and number 2 being to remember to keep the main thing when it comes to your goals. Remember what your why is in everything that you do in life. And what brings this up is, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure most of you already do, but with the Arnold Sports Festival that I'm actually currently in Columbus, Ohio for right now, it's pretty much been canceled as far as like the expo itself and like the booths and spectators being able to come. Like, that's pretty much been canceled. The only people who are pretty much allowed to be here are the athletes who are actually competing in the sporting events, and then their coaches, which is obviously very upsetting and disappointing, especially for people who really want to come out and, you know, watch and support one another. For those where you spent money on, like, you know, your hotels, your Airbnbs, your plane tickets, the tickets to get to the expo itself, the fact that, you know, you spent that money and can't get that money back, you set that time aside, maybe you took off work and you can get that time back, is obviously very annoying and very frustrating. And then even for those of us who are, like, you know, coaches and lifters actually participating in the event, even though we're still able to go and be here, it obviously sucks that we can't necessarily have everybody there to watch that we would want, especially like just having the hype of a huge Arnold crowd. For my client Michael specifically, who will be competing in the Grand Prix, it's been like, you know, one of his dreams in powerlifting to compete at the Grand Prix on the big stage, have the hype crowd around him. That's something that he's wanted to do ever since he got involved in powerlifting, as I've told you guys before. And the whole reason why I decided to do that earlier meet in February instead of compete at the Arnold was so that I could focus on handling him as well as my other clients who will be competing in the Raw Challenge. So it's obviously frustrating that, you know, to make those sacrifices and put all this time and work and no longer be able to get like the full benefits of, like, you know, what you've been working towards. With that being said, I can honestly say, and this isn't me attacking or coming against anyone, but I'm very disappointed in the way that a lot of people have reacted to this situation, as far as some of the other like lifters and coaches, as far as deciding to either not go or deciding like to drop out, or something. Oh, well, I don't care about this meet as much anymore. And I don't mean from the standpoint of, like, you know, if they chose not to come because, like, you know, the whole reason the Arnold Expo got shut down was because of the outbreak with the coronavirus and everything like that. I'm not even going to get into my views and thoughts on that or how that's being handled. But the reality is like, you know, it's being handled to the best of everyone's ability as far as what they think is best for the city, as far as the Columbus, Ohio government. So I respect that. But as far as the people where they're more so upset that, like, oh, there's not gonna be as much of a crowd, it's not gonna be as hyped, I don't think that's the right mentality to have about it. Like, it's okay to be upset by it. Like, none of us are exactly happy about it, but I don't feel like this should make anyone care about what they came to do any less. It doesn't take away from all the months and hours of day-to-day sessions that the athletes have put in. It doesn't take away from the months of programming and planning that the coaches have put in so their athletes can execute the best of their abilities. And for Michael and I, we've talked about this, and our mindset was, even if the expo was canceled completely, to where, because there was one point where we weren't sure if the powerlifters were going to be able to compete or not, because it looked like only the bodybuilding and strongman competitions were going to go on. We were very upset about it, but we were like, hey, we're still going to, we already spent the money. We already, like, you know, already paid Mark to come out and record this YouTube video that's going to be happening for, like, you know, when Michael hits, you know, 800 kg and everything like that. And for us, we're like, we already spent all this money and we've already spent all this time. We're just going to go that weekend. And if we can't do it at the expo, we're going to go to the gym and have the most hyped SBD session ever and have Michael hit 800 kg there, just because for us, it's about all the time and work that we put in. We're not going to let that go to waste. So the fact that we're able to actually still compete and be at the Arnold and put up an official total, that's huge for us. And we're looking at it from the standpoint of, like, yeah, it sucks that, you know, we're not on the big stage with the big crowd and all the hype, but hey, we're still gonna be surrounded by other lifters and coaches and competitors who have put in all the same time and work to be on the same platform as us. And it's just really, really unfortunate that a lot of people's mindset is like, oh, well, the meet just doesn't matter anymore. And that's not the case at all for us. For us, it's like, it doesn't change what we came here to do. It doesn't change what our goals are, and it doesn't take away from all the work we put in. If anything, it should make you hungrier. It's like, yo, despite the fact that, you know, these circumstances have happened, that this adversity has come up, you're still able to go and perform. Like that's how I'm looking at it. We're blessed that we're still able to come out here and do what we need to do. And I feel like people have to learn to adapt to their circumstances. It doesn't mean you have to be happy about all the circumstances that happen, but when you're so quickly and easily defeated, like mentally or emotionally, because of, you know, certain walls that arise, that's no way to to get through your training. That's no way to get through your meet preps. That's no way to get through life. Life is hard. Life will have difficulties. That is a constant. That is like an objective fact of life, that hard times are going to come. It doesn't matter who you are, how much money you make, or when it comes to powerlifting, how long you've been training, how strong you are, hardships come up. And for Michael, who, you know, wasn't able to finish out nationals because of cramping and what happened with his deadlifts, you guys know what happened with that. It's like, we're just grateful that we're strong, that we're healthy, that we're going to be able to come onto the platform and hopefully, you know, allow him to put on the best meet that he's ever had. And it's also, like I said, about remembering to like keep the main thing. What is your why? Like, yeah, the crowd, the hype, the quote unquote clout, that's fun. That's awesome. There's nothing wrong with liking and enjoying that. But that cannot be the main reason why you do this. Like for me, like it just doesn't make sense for me to be like, yeah, I'm spending all this time and money and hours in the gym just for the sake of like clout or acknowledgement. It's like, no, we do this because we love it, we enjoy it, and we want to be able to show, you know, all the work that we put in. Like all these months are for one specific day. And I'm just grateful that it wasn't delayed, that it wasn't pushed back, because with, you know, peaking and tapering, powerlifting is one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, we can just move the meet a week later. That's not going to screw over all the athletes. It definitely would have. So I'm just very grateful that the USAPL was able to come through, you know, with the Arnold organizers as far as like still allowing us to have this meet. Is it exactly what anybody wanted? Of course not. Are we happy or thrilled that there's not going to be able to be like spectators? No, but our attitudes and our determination has not changed. I know I can say that for myself. I can say that for Michael. I can say that for my client Jesse, and really like for all my clients who are just like, you know, been reaching out, being like, yo, tell Michael to kill it. We're excited for him. We don't care if we can't be there in person. You know, we're gonna be watching the live stream, showing love and support, and that's to me what it's all about. It's so easy to act like you love or care about something when it's going the way you want, but it's when things are rough, when things get hard, and you have to buckle down. That's when you really know how you're serious about something. And once again, this doesn't just apply to training. This can apply to your relationships. When you first start dating someone, right? And you got the cupcake feelings and everything's great. And oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, he's so handsome. And you love spending time with each other. Like, yeah, everything's great then. But when you've been dating for months, or when you get married, you've been married, you know, for years, whatever it may be, and you start to know certain things that maybe you don't like about them, certain, you know, quirks about them that kind of annoy you. It's like, are you just gonna like be done? You're gonna just break up, get divorced, whatever it may be? The answer for a lot of people would be yes. And for a lot of you watching, if you're honest, your answer right now is probably yes. And my point is, I don't think that should be the case. I think you should get to that point where you understand that, hey, even the things I love the most and enjoy the most, there's going to be hardships involved with that. And it's being mentally prepared for that. Not that you're expecting of like, oh, well, today's going to suck, or what's bad things going to happen today, but it's just having the right mindset of, hey, when things are going great, be grateful for that, you know, thank God for that, and just, you know, consider it a blessing that things are going well. And when things aren't going so great, still be thankful, still be joyful, and knowing, hey, I'm grateful because I know I'm going to overcome this. I know I'm going to be able to push through this adversity. If we have the mindset of just letting our attitude be dictated by our circumstances, then we're going to be just a roller coaster of a mess. You know what I mean? We can't always control our feelings. You can't control how you feel about certain things, but you can always control how you respond to things. And that's why I'm a big believer in, like, you know, responding, not reacting. If you just react, you're gonna be, like I said, up and down all the time. When things are going well, oh, I'm happy. When things are going crappy, oh, I'm sad. And to me, I feel like that's what leads to a lot of like depression, stress, and anxiety for people. It's not just the circumstances they're going through, it's how they choose to respond to it. It's the fact that they let it dictate so much about like how the rest of their day goes. It's no different than how, like, you know, you might have one bad training session. That doesn't mean you have to have a bad training week. You might get into one argument with your significant other. That doesn't mean that y'all have to like be mad at each other the entire week. It's all about how you choose to handle it. And that's pretty much my mindset with this entire situation with the Arnold and the Expo. Like, once again, it sucks. And I would be lying if I said that, like, you know, even as a coach, like, you know, it would have been cool to, like, you know, be on that stage, be on that platform and see everybody see Michael kill it, knowing that, like, you know, part of my job and my work is helping Michael to like perform and exceed. You know what I mean? Like, I would be lying if I said it doesn't suck that that's going on. But at the end of the day, it's not what makes or breaks the competition. It just isn't. So with that being said, I just want to encourage you all to remember what you're doing and why. Not just your training, but everything in life. Keep the main thing, and accept that, hey, even when things get tough, that's okay. But you adapt, you push through, and make the most of your situation. And that's what I'm doing with this. That's what Michael's doing with this, my client Jesse, and hopefully everybody else who's still choosing to compete at the Arnold. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I want to talk to you guys about. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go in the comment down below. Let me know what you did. If you're not, leave a comment down below. Let me know what can we do better. Like the video, share, subscribe. Keep it simple, specific, scientific. I'll catch you guys later.